spray session of the day. V29 Storm. You ready to run the guns? Time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Ty here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Spray session of the day. V29 Storm Red Craw. Actually fluorescent red craw. This is not an original. This is my rendition of it. So how about we go to the spray booth. Let me show you how to paint this dude. Okay, the whole trick to painting this pattern is, one, you gotta get the white base coat on there. And for you guys just new to the channel, I don't tape off the lips to my wiggle warts, because the original wiggle warts, they had overspray on the bills, and I like that look. It's very traditional, very vintage. So I always start with that, and I always make sure that when I spray, I'm spraying with my gun away from the face, so I don't get the whole coverage. And you don't have to get the whole nose and everything done. I mean, Storm didn't. The colors will overlap that. But this is a very simple pattern. You're only using four colors if you want to count the base coat. But fluorescent red. This is going to be in several coats. Then we come back with the black for the stencils in the back, and the yellow for the eyes. It's a pretty simple pattern. It's just that you have to really lay on the fluorescent red, and you also have to give it time to set. Don't overdo it. I did forget to tell you this, guys, and I apologize for it. Not only do I do just a fluorescent red, but I also take transparent bright red, and I put just one drop in it. I mean, just one drop, and it's just enough to change that. Don't overdo it with the transparent red, but if you do the fluorescent red and you layer it just by itself, it doesn't look bad, but it's not the color Storm used. It's a little different shading. So again, I apologize for not mentioning that to you. I do put this on in the mixing cup, and then I put just one drop. You don't need much at all. That transparent bright red is pretty strong, so you don't want to do that. So let me put this back in the gun. And we'll do coat number 2. But you can see, after 2 coats, that is really starting to turn red versus the original. We'll be laying down 3 coats. Now we go for the 3rd and final coat. That's a bright fluorescent red right there. That looks good. I'm going to put this in the dehydrator and bake it for a little while, because I'm going to tell you something. When you're using fluorescent colors, you might think that after a heat set they're ready to go for stencils, but they're not. They stay kind of soft, and you can scratch these really easily with stencils. So I like to bake them for about 10 minutes in a dehydrator. We'll say about 105 to 115 for about 10 minutes, and then let them sit out for a few minutes to cool off, and you'll be ready to go. Okay, so now We're going to very carefully, and you always make sure that the inside of your stencils are clean and free of debris. You don't want to be scratching these things. These fluorescent colors scratch really easy. I'll put this stencil on very carefully. I'll hit it one time with black. And I'll do just a real low heat set and we'll take this off. Okay, after a low heat set, very nice. Yeah, I just love Coach Dog patterns. Let's get everything else caught up and we'll put a black back on this. One tip I want to pass on to you guys before you start spraying this stuff, so I've already got it ready for the black. But before you start spraying this, if you're nervous about scratching fluorescent paint, you can always apply a transparent base. This is just a clear acrylic. And you can apply this to the red or any color you're using and protect it from stencils. If you've got stencils that maybe are known to scratch once in a while or something like that, especially the two-piece ones that you pin together, which I'm not a huge fan of, you can definitely spray it with this right here. The only problem with this is once you apply the transparent base to it, this is no different than what the colors are, but for some reason you have to give this time to cure. And once you spray it and you heat set it, give it about a half hour. So if you're in a hurry, just do the straight fluorescent, heat set it. It takes about 10 minutes. Let it cool down. You can put it in the fridge if you want to cool it back down. And then you won't have any issues as long as you're careful with those stencils. But it's just something about these fluorescent colors, man. You just look at them and they scratch. So try that if you need to. And now we do the black stripe. I have real low pressure here. There's the black back. Don't overdo it. Just hit it one time because you want to stay right in the middle of that back. Now for one of my favorite things to do, the eyes. I'm going to do a base coat of white. That's as far as I'm going, just a little bit of white for the next step. Now we're ready to put the yellow on here. I have not done a special mix. This is just straight Wicked Yellow. Now we'll do this in a couple of coats just to make sure it's a really good yellow. All right, let's do another coat. And there's your yellow eyes. And now it's time, what I call Grandma's apple pie. Since wiggle warts are hard to do by hand, I have a stencil for the eyeballs too. Which, you guys been here for a while? You already know this little trick. But this is just hit it one time and walk away. Just get the coverage and stop. Don't need to overdo it. There's the eyeballs. So after everything's said and done, got my decal on there. That's a beautiful fluorescent red wigglewort, just like they did in the old days. Overspray and all. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. This overspray may look heavy, but once the clear coat hits this and makes that bill clear, a lot of this overspray will disappear, and it'll look just like an original wigglewort. I mean, it's just amazing how it does that. That's why I don't take the bills off. You take the bills off, it makes it look like it's a repaint. I want it to look original. Let's put a clear coat on this. Let's go in the studio and show you what it looks like. There you have it, V29 Red Craw. As you can see, the lip has basically become glass, with just a little overspray on the front, underneath, but everything else. I mean, this is Storm, man. This is how Storm did it back in the days. A little bit of overspray on the bill. Who cares? Bass don't care. Never had a bass tell me they did. But there you have it. That's the V29, and once the clear coat hits it, you can see exactly what I'm talking about as far as the bill and everything. It's a beautiful finish. I just love KBS. It really makes everything just pop and just turns that bill into glass. That's just beautiful. So anyway, enjoy this pattern. Until next time, remember, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep you. And as always, fish on.